Hello guys, how are you today? So today I'll be explaining the Math AMS quiz of Term 2, Week 13. So let us start with the first question. They told us 1 pint, it is 28.875 cubic inches. A lab technician has 2 pints of diluted acid. That means how much is the total cubic inches? If 1 pint is this much, then 2 pints, it's gonna be 2 times 28.875, so we're gonna get an answer of 57.75. Okay, of diluted acid that he will dispense in identical cylindrical test tubes. Keep in mind, identical, each having a radius of 1 inch, so also keep in mind the radius, and a height of 4 inches. Okay, the technician fills each test tube with diluted acid up to 85%. What is he filling? When we are seeing the word fills, this means he is using the volume. So let us find the volume of one identical test tube, just like one singular identical test tube. It's gonna be the volume of a cylinder. Why? Because they are cylinders. And we know that the volume of a cylinder, it is pi r squared h. So it's going to be pi times the radius, which we found to be 1, not which we found, which is given to be 1, times the height, which is 4 inches. Okay? We will put it on the calculator and we will get 4 pi. Now, the technician fills each test tube with diluted acid up to 85%. So if the total volume of the cylinder is 4 pi, and the technician uses only 85% of its capacity, very simply, now we need to find how much capacity he is actually using. So we're going to take the total volume, which is 4 pi, and we're going to multiply it by 85%, which is 85 over 100. So 4 pi times 85 over 100, we will get an answer which is equal to 17 over 5 pi. So keep this in mind, 17 over 5 pi. So now they want us to know what? They want us to know what is the maximum number of test tubes he will be able to prepare. So we are given what? We are given, first of all, how much one test tube can hold. Yeah, we know that one test tube can hold, or not one test tube, one pint can hold 28.875 cubic inches. And then we found that one test tube can hold 17 over 5 pi centimeter cubic inches. Okay, not centimeters, sorry, cubic inches. So we are also given what? That he has 2 pints of diluted acid, and we found that their total volume was 57.75 cubic inches. So very simply, how many test tubes will he be able to prepare with 57.75 cubic inches? What we are going to do now is we are going to take the volume of 2 pints, which is 57.75 cubic inches, and we are going to divide it by the volume of one test tube, which is 17 over 5 pi. You put it on the calculator, you will get approximately 5.41. Now, 5.41. 5 is a whole number. That means how many test tubes he can fill to the maximum. It is not to the maximum, to the 85% he can fully prepare. It is 5 test tubes. And then this 6th test tube, he will fill it 0.41 of what he is actually supposed to be filling it. So in reality, he's not filling 5.41 test tubes. How much he can actually prepare is only 5, because we need he can be able to fully prepare them. So that means that our answer is 5. Now, in the AMS, there came a different question. It came about a fish tank. If I remember, it was 45, 25, and 30. Someone correct me if I'm mistaken in the comment. Okay, so these were like the dimensions. And they said, I believe that 80% of the fish tank was already filled. So let me explain how it came in the AMS. They said that 80% of the fish tank was already filled. They want to know how many more water bottles he needs to add to fill it to the maximum. If 80% is already filled, how much is left to fill? The 20%. So you should take 20% of the volume of the fish tank. So the volume of the fish tank would be 45 times 25 times 30. So it's this number, 33750. And you will take 20% of it, so times 20 over 100, and you will get 6750. So this is how much is left to fill the fish tank, and then you will divide it by the capacity of one water bottle. I forgot how much it was. Just write that the volume of one bottle, and then you will get your answer. And if you get it to be, for example, 1.95, you're gonna take 2, because he needs 2 bottles to fully be able to fill the fish tank. Or even if it's 1.4, he needs 2 bottles, because you need 1 full bottle and a little bit from another bottle so that he'll be able to fully fill the fish tank. So that is it for question number 1. We'll move on to question number 2. Consider the grid below. Points P and Q are given on the grid, and PR is 2, 2. Now, very simply, they want us to find the coordinates of R. We are given what? We are given P. How much is P? P it is, by looking here, it is 1, 4. And we are also given PR. And PR, it is given to us as 2 minus 2. What do they mean by the vector PR? They mean how much do we need from point P until point R. So in reality, a vector, it is telling us how much do you need to move from a point to another point. So if we are moving from the initial point, which is P, to the terminal point, which is R, then we need to add. However, if we're moving from the terminal point, which is R, to the initial point, which is P, we need to subtract. So you'll find another example in the second part about subtraction, but here in this first part, we are moving from the initial point P to the terminal point R. That means we are gonna add the vector, and it's gonna give us an answer which is R. So P, it is 1, 4. PR, it is 2 minus 2. You add them together, you will get an answer of 3, 2. And just like that, we have the coordinates of R. We move on to part B. They said the vector RQ can be represented by the column vector. Now we have what? We have the point R, which is 3, 2. And we have the point what? We have the point Q. Q, it is what? It is 4, 2. And they want us to find the vector what? They want us to find the vector RQ. So we are given what? We are given the initial point. We are given the terminal point. So to find the vector, we need to apply the equation initial plus vector equals terminal. So very simply, you're gonna move them around and you will get terminal minus initial will give us vector. So you take the terminal point, which is Q4, 2, and you will subtract it from the initial point, which is R3, 2, and you will get an answer, which is RQ to be 1, 0. So very simply, our answer over here is 1, 0. Now for part C, if you go up and read, you will see xy is a vector in the same direction as RQ. The magnitude of xy is equal to twice the magnitude of RQ. So if we found RQ to be 1, 0 and xy is double or twice, that means we're going to multiply the vector RQ by 2. So times 2, this will give us an answer of 2, 0. So very simply, the answer here is 2, 0. We move on to question number 3. Here, they said, what is the radius of volume 5324 over 3 pi? We should know that the equation for the volume of a sphere, it is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So in this case, they give us the volume, and we should know that it's equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. They need us to find what? The radius. So very simply, to be able to find the radius r, we will need to solve. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna keep r cubed by itself. So r cubed, it's gonna be equal to 5324 over 3 pi divided by 4 over 3 pi. So you put it on your calculator. If you want to make it easier, you can cancel what? You can cancel the over 3 and the pi and pi, and you will be left with 5324 over 4. So you will put it on your calculator. 5324 over 4 you will get an answer which is 1331. So now r cubed is equal to 1331. You will do the third root or the cubic root of each one. To do it on the calculator, you are going to do shift radical. You will get cubic root. You will put 1331 under the radical, and you will get that r is equal to 11. So very simply, we found the radius of the sphere of this volume. We'll move on to question number 4. They said the surface area of a sphere of this volume is k pi, where k is a constant to be determined. What is the value of k? They told us they need the surface area given the volume of the sphere. So very simply, you should know that the volume of any sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So to find the surface area, which is the equation 4 pi r squared, we need to find the value of r. So to find the value of r, we're going to do like the previous question. We're going to do 8788 over 3 pi is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Keep r cubed by itself, it becomes r cubed is equal to 8788 over 3 pi divided by 4 over 3 pi. Now you can cancel pi and pi, 3 and 3. You are left with 8788 over 4. Put it on the calculator and you will get an answer of 2197. So r cubed is equal to 2197. So you're gonna do the cubic root or the third root of 2197, and you will get an answer of 13. So now we found the value of r, which is the radius. Very simply, to find the surface area, we will substitute it over here. So it becomes 4 times pi times 13 squared. So put it on the calculator. You will get an answer of 676 pi. There is no need to put pi because they already gave it to us as k pi. So only put 676. We move on to question number 5. Okay, this is a very simple question. It is about the quadratic formula. So for the quadratic formula, you just need to memorize a few things. First thing is that delta, it is equal to b squared minus 4ac. Okay, and to find the roots of anything, it's gonna be minus b plus or minus radical delta, which is the discriminant, over 2a. So the first thing you need to memorize is delta or discriminant. It is equal to b squared minus 4ac. And the second thing is that the roots of any equation, any quadratic equation, it's minus b plus or minus radical discriminant over 2a. So for this question over here, let us apply the following. The given equation has these roots where b is greater than 0. Find the value of b. Let us find the value of b. First thing we're going to do is we're going to find the discriminant. To find the discriminant, we're going to take, or before we take anything, let us label our a, our b, and our c. Our a, it's this one over here, it's 16. Our b, it's this in the middle, minus 8, and our c is this over here, which is minus 47. So now, we have our a, our b, and our c. So, if we're going to do b squared minus 4ac, we're going to take minus 8 squared minus 4 times 16 times minus 47. Put it on the calculator, and you will get an answer which is equal to 3072. 3072. So now we have the value of what we have, the value of our discriminant delta. Delta is equal to 3072. Now to find the value of the roots, we are going to put minus b. Our b is minus 8, so minus 8 plus or minus radical discriminant, which is 3072, divided by 2 times our a, which is 16. So put it on the calculator. You're going to have minus 8 plus or minus. You can put either plus or minus, okay? Radical 3072 and over 2 times 16. You are going to get this answer, an answer that looks like this. 1 plus 4 radical 3 over 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to distribute them into 2 different fractions. So it's going to be 1 over 4 plus 4 radical 3 over 4. 4 and 4 will cancel. So now in simplest form, it's 1 over 4 plus radical 3. Plus and minus will give you the same result. So if instead of plus you tried minus, you would get 1 instead of plus minus 4 radical 3 over 4, and then you'd have to do the same process again. So just in general, you are gonna get that it is 1 over 4 plus or minus radical 3. So that means the value of b, which is under the radical, it is 3. We move on to question number 6. In question number 6, they said the given system of equations has a solution a, b, where a is positive. Find the value of a. Very simply, there's many ways to do it. So let us just write what we have. Y is equal to 3x minus 1. And then here, x plus y squared is equal to 9. Now, very simply, what you're going to do is you are going to find the square root of both sides. You're going to put a radical on this side and a radical on the other side. And you're going to get that x plus y, it is equal to plus or minus 3. Do not forget that anytime you put a radical, it could be plus or minus. Okay, so we could do this in many ways. But a very easy way would be to substitute y with 3x minus 1. So it will become x plus 3x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus 3. So 4x minus 1 is equal to plus or minus 3. So move minus 1 to the other side. You get 4x is equal to plus or minus 3 plus 1. So you get 4x, it's either equal to 4 or 4x is equal to minus 2. It could be one of these two options. Definitely you're going to choose the positive option, so forget about this. You're going to get 4x is equal to 4, so x is equal to 1. Very simply. We move on to question number 7. In the xy plane, the graphs of the two equations in the system given above intersect at exactly 1 point xy. What is the value of x? I love this question. It's a very nice question. It may seem very difficult, but it's really, really much simpler than you think. So, whenever they say intersect, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the two equations equal to each other. So, that means 2x squared plus 8x plus 20 is equal to 2 minus 4x. Always move the smaller equation to the other side. So, you're going to move this over here and this over here. So, after moving it, you are gonna get 2x squared plus 8x minus 4 will become plus 4x plus 20 plus 2 will become minus 2. So very simply, you're gonna add them. So 2x squared plus 12x plus 18. Now there's two ways to do this. You could either go mode, setup. So you see on your calculator mode setup, you click on it. Then you will click on 5EQN. This stands for 5 equation. And then you will click on 3. And then for A, you are going to put 2. For B, you're going to put 12. And for C, you're going to put 18. And you will get that x is equal to minus 3. And this is the only answer there is for this one. Or another way is that you could take the derivative. So let us take the derivative and let us see what happens. If we take the derivative, it's going to become 4x plus 12. Okay, this is now the derivative. Make it equal to 0. So 4x plus 12 is equal to 0. Bring 12 to the other side. 4 is equal to minus 12. So 4x is equal to minus 12. So that means x is equal to minus 3. As you can see, both ways gave us the same answer. So that means our answer is minus 3. We move on to question number 8. The sum of roots of the given equation is 4 and their product is minus 6. Find the value of a. This is a very nice question. As you remember, okay, I believe you remember that c over a, it will give us the product. Whereas minus b over a, this will give us the sum. So let us first of all look at what they want. They want us to find the value of a. To find the value of a, as you can see over here, it is located in this one over here. And this we know that it is b. So we know this to be b. Alright, and this over here is our a and this over here is our c. So to find the value of a, they don't mean this a, they mean the a given in this we would need to apply the equation of the sum. So it would be minus the sum, which is minus 10 times 2a minus b over a, which is over here, so it's gonna be 5, and it's equal to the value of their sum, which is 4. Now this way will not work. Why? Because we are missing the value of b. And where is the value of b given? The value of b, it is given or located in C. So very simply, we know that C, we can use it in this equation, which is the equation of the product. So the value of C, which is 3b, over A, which is 5, it is equal to the product, which is minus 6. We're going to do cross multiplication, and we get that 3b. It is equal to minus 30. That means b is equal to minus 10. Just like that, we found the value of b, not this b, the value of this b over here. Okay, so now let us rewrite this whole equation since that we found b. So to rewrite it, because we found b, it is going to become minus 10 times 2a minus b. b, it is minus 10, so minus 10, over 5, it is equal to 4. So if we fix it up a little bit, it is going to become 10 times 2a plus 10 over 5 is equal to 4. How did I fix it up? I did minus times minus 10. I got 10 times 2a, and then minus 10 becomes plus 10. You will bring this over here. So now it is 10 times 2a plus 10. It's equal to 20, because 5 times 4 is 20. Divide both sides by 10. Now you have what? 2a plus 10 is equal to 2. Move 10 to the other side. 2a is equal to minus 8. And that leaves us with a being equal to minus 4. So very simply, as you can see, the value of a is minus 4. We move on to question number 9, which is the last question. They said, refer to the figure below to answer the question. They told us area HGI over area HJG is equal to K over 25. So first thing we're going to do over here is we are going to trace the triangles that we need. We need this triangle in blue, which is HGI, and we need this triangle in red, which is HGJ. So what we could do over here, it is called the similarity ratios. So we need to apply the similarity ratios. They need the area of the triangles, but what we can do, we cannot find the area. What we could do instead is we could find the side. And we know that the similarity ratios state that side 1 over side 2 is equal to constant, whereas area 1 over area 2 is equal to constant squared. Okay? So to find the constant, first of all, we need to select the two sides. Now, one side given to us in the blue triangle is the hypotenuse, which is 15. That means in the red triangle, we need to select the hypotenuse. But the hypotenuse is not given. This JG is our hypotenuse. To find JG, we're going to apply Pythagoras theorem. So it's equal to radical 15 squared plus 20 squared, and this will give us an answer of 25. So now we have what? We have side 1 in the blue triangle, which is 15, over side 2 in the red triangle, which is 25. So let us find the constant. 15 over 25, it is equal to 3 over 5. Now, very simply, area 1 over area 2, it's going to be equal to the constant k squared. So if our constant k is 3 over 5, that means area 1 over area 2, it's equal to 3 over 5 squared, which is 9 over 25. Now, as you can see, they said k over 25. Very simply, that means the value of k is 9. So we're going to put 9. Let's submit, and hopefully we don't have any mistakes. And thank God there are no mistakes. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.